I honestly, I think the sound I bet came out pretty good here.
Really?
I'm talking to Sarah. I keep a
Sarah Elizabeth Foster.
Now, why is it the Elizabeth? What's the
There's a
other?
lot of Sarah Fosters out there. There's a chef, I think, and there's an actress. So I went with Sarah Elizabeth Foster.
Is that really your middle name?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I used to introduce myself, though, for a while, I was not used to saying that, so I'd be like, Sarah Elizabeth Foster. You know, it felt so awkward, but now it's kind of natural.
Well, that makes it easy to come up on search engines.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you were saying...
And my record label's Studio Sarah Records.
Studios. So you were telling me that you use Mobilist to promote your live streaming and then see how many hits you get?
Right, so this is a brand new thing. Not many people are doing it, but they have a free service for smaller people that are doing smaller streams like me. And I just have
It costs no money, or?
It costs nothing. I did invest in a $100 webcam, like the best webcam out there for my Mac.
For $100. It's not like that much money.
It's not that much money, so I thought it was worth
democratization of media.
A couple of people just were, they live chat with us. A couple of people were saying that the audio was still a little bit jumpy every once in a while, so we might get a separate microphone and plug it in with the USB.
Yeah. Did you ever think about possibility of finding out where you might want to go and play throughout the country by seeing what the hits were on the different locations? Like Seth Godin talks about doing that a lot in like his books, that he would go and go to the parts of the country where people were interested in having him come. And so he actually set it up.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I mean, I get a lot of hits from other countries, and sometimes they're really hard for me to believe. Like if somebody comes from...
Like, how much is a lot? How much do you think is a lot?
This is hard because I don't check the numbers every day. I think that our number one is like the UK and Germany. People have bought my music in Germany, and I think that it must be because they found it on the website, but then all of a sudden somebody signed up for my email list from Greece.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
I'm wondering if, like, for example, on my Facebook, if I added, like, that I listen to your content, some of my friends might listen. Like, if I put these up, and they go on my Facebook page, and someone else sees it, and then they play it, and they like it, and they add you as a friend.
That's kind of my entire marketing plan.
Is
that friends would tell friends, because that's how people get really excited about an artist, is if their friend tells them. If I tell you with a bunch of banner ads on MySpace, that's not really the same.
Yeah.
Or, which is what I would feasibly be able to do. It's not the same. So I want people to tell their friends. I hope they do.
Out of curiosity, how did you get your seed money to start your business? Because I know you have your independent.
I basically slowly tricked my parents into it over time.
Okay, that's a good place.
I didn't really tell them.
They had the money.
I didn't really know how much my album was going to cost, and so just as it went on, I slowly just said, it's got to go another week and another week and another week and another week.
How much did it cost? Like $10,000 or something?
I prefer not to say, but it did take a while, and I made the decision to re-record a couple of songs that I didn't think were just right, because it was my first album. And I think when you're doing your first album, you've got to hone that sound.
Yeah.
It's really important to get the sound that you're really looking for, because you put that out there, and all of a sudden you're kind of defined. And
how many downloads of your album did you get so far from Creative Commons? Do you have any sense?
From Creative Commons?
Yeah.
I don't actually give the music out free anywhere.
You just let it license it.
But if people put it on a BitTorrent, I wouldn't do anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question, do you have any sense of how many have actually downloaded it at all?
I don't know. I know a lot of friends that'll say, oh my gosh, I always go and I listen to, the little widget I have on my website for the stream.
Very good. It's the whole album.
I put the whole album up there, and they're like, oh, listen to it all day at work. Now, I don't give any money from that.
I'm doing that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm trying to encourage people to go to Last FM, because I do get pennies. Not pennies,
well,
actually.
I put some of my Last FM.
0.0087.
Now, on Last FM, sometimes I've sent music to friends. I send your song.
That's good.
As the message, like at the bottom of the message.
Yeah.
So you get some money from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If people like, if you are streaming music on Last.fm, I do get money from that.
So is
it's
that
very small, but you know what? Do that rather than MySpace, maybe rather than even my own site, and then you're doing something for the artist.
If you got somebody like Seth Godin or
that would
Michael
be huge.
Arrington, or
I've heard that if you get like 20 people to blog about you, you could make as much money on your album as a major label artist.
well, what about Ashton Kutcher's?
That'd be good if you would
Did you hear
mention
what
it.
like they said he had more followers than anybody else? You know, it's like I almost say like, yeah, you know, I don't.
I do follow him. I want to know what everyone else is following.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting, by the way?
I love Twitter. Twitter's the best.
I found this thing that I talked about at Entrepreneur Week yesterday or the day before now. It's blurring. Everything is blurring in me. It is the thing that there was the service. What I used is I talked about all the technical community in New York and how rich it is.
Okay.
But also that I wanted to find out influentials around the word entrepreneur, and so I used I got the name of the thing. I wrote it down. It's on my blog post. And I geolocated people in New York City that were having conversations around the zip code 10. Well, it's an application that pulls it out of Twitter, and it pulled up all the people that I know. Like it pulled up Oz Sultan, and it pulled up all the people that I usually hang out with in real life here. It found all the influential. So what I thought is, you could do that with almost any seed term for almost any zip code, and you would find out in real time, at least who was recently online talking. That might give you an idea of who you want to advance contact out when you wanted to build support. Since a lot of these people would retweet, it's possible if you got enough of the people to be fans and retweeted, you would get a ripple effect out.
That's what I think.
The problem is
I'm surprised it hasn't happened more for me, because I think that I have all the profiles up, and I try to do all the kind of social networking stuff, and I'm surprised that it hasn't really taken off. I don't know. It's like I do sometimes think, well, maybe it's like I put out all these feelers, and slowly, I'm not even going to notice, but all of a sudden things are going to happen, and so now I've started, interviewing some bigger marketing companies that really have.
Can you afford to really go out and hire them, or do they just take a cut?
I'm going to take, if we can start bringing, I'm really not trying to make that money from the album almost at all. I'm really focused on the live show, so I really want people to come out to the live show, and if we can start bringing in 500 size rooms, I think that we can pay for everything.
It's a place right near where my studio is in Brooklyn, right across the street in Guanas, that I noticed it's a club. I forget my name, but it looks like it would hold 500 people. It used to be like all that warehouse area. So I mean, I'm just saying to myself, have you looked at the local venues that have 500 people that you could actually?
Yeah, one of these marketing companies said, "Oh, your chamber pops." That's what.
I hate those kind of categorizations.
I know, but music journalists love them.
I wanted to pose here. I'm going to stop in a minute and maybe start again. Is that what's happening? When I was listening over at Bloomberg, when I was speaking at Bloomberg on Wednesday, but also listening to this guy was talking before about that advertising is no longer a revenue model for the music business or the newspaper business or a couple of other.
I think that's why on radio all the artists are saying, "Hey, pay me a performance royalty." Because I don't know if you know this, but like if you hear a Whitney Houston song on the radio, Whitney Houston doesn't make any money. Only the writer of the song makes the money.
Right.
So they're demanding in Congress to be paid, but radio says, "Hey, we're advertising for your live shows," basically.